live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
This is the 9 p.m. news telecast of the prestigious channel of Sri Lanka. A very warm welcome to the National News on Rupavahini. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
And I'm Sonal Paranavithana.
Sonal, Rupavahini is known to be an award-winning television network of Sri Lanka. And as we have just found out, there is a new award which is here, which is titled as the Asia Miracle Award. We have won 9 other awards. In addition to the 9, we have won for responsible media reporting.
That's right. This certainly speaks volumes about how Rupavahini has evolved over the years and the quality that we bring right to your doorstep. So a big thank you and a big shout out goes out to each and every one of you for the trust that you've had in us. Let's move on to the headlines.
The ceasefire implemented amidst uncertainty. Price of world crude oil drops. CPETCO chairman says there is no shortage of fuel in the country. A task force appointed to prevent ragging. The National People's Power has established power in 200 local government institutions. Minister Samantha Vidyaratna assures that the daily wage of estate workers will definitely be increased up to 1,700 rupees within this year. Police requests the people to not misuse 119. The national television is honoured with 9 awards at the Asia Miracle Awards Festival.
Well, taking a look at foreign developments. First up, US President Donald Trump has issued a strong warning to Israel, urging the country not to carry out airstrikes against Iran. Speaking to reporters before departing for the NATO summit in Hague, Netherlands, President Trump acknowledged that Iran may have launched several missiles following the ceasefire agreement, but emphasized that Israel's military response had been excessive. He called on both sides to exercise restraint and calm the situation. In a message posted on his Truth Social account, Trump demanded that Israel halt its airstrikes on cities in Iran, including Tehran, suburb of Anzali. He urged the Israeli military commanders to cease operations and recall their fighter jets immediately. Trump warned that failure to comply would constitute a violation of the ceasefire terms. The US president reiterated his call for peace and restraint from both Israel and Iran, emphasizing the importance of maintaining the fragile ceasefire agreed upon by both parties. Israel's defense minister has ordered military strikes on Iran, accusing Tehran of violating a ceasefire agreement just 2 hours after both sides reached a full truce. The minister claimed that Iran breached the agreement by launching missile attacks against Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Israel agreed to the ceasefire based on a proposal put forward by the US President Donald Trump. Following the end of a 12-day conflict, President Trump urged both parties not to violate the terms of the ceasefire under any circumstances. Despite this, Israel alleged that Iran fired missiles at its territory, prompting retaliatory measures. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said Israel had targeted command centers in Tehran in response. The Iranian military denied the accusations, stating that no missile attacks were launched after the ceasefire took effect. Iran claimed that it had only responded to previous attacks on its strategic installations last Saturday by launching missiles at the US Al Udeid airbase in Qatar. No casualties were reported among American or Qatari civilians. US officials confirmed that all the missiles launched at the base were successfully intercepted and the only US base targeted was Al Udeid. A US defense official said the attack involved both short-range and medium-range ballistic missiles. Iran's foreign ministry stated the missile strike was a defensive response to prior aggression and emphasized that Qatar had no involvement in the operation. Following President Trump's announcement of the ceasefire agreement between Iran and Israel, global oil prices dropped. Brent crude prices fell by 2.05 to $69.43 US per barrel, a 2.87% decrease. WTI crude dropped by 2.01 to $66.05 US, marking a 2.9% fall and the lowest price recorded since 11th of June. Meanwhile, several Middle Eastern airspaces that were temporarily closed after Iran's missile strikes have been since reopened. According to Qatar's Civil Aviation Authority, airspaces over Kuwait, Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates have resumed operations. Due to the missile attacks, many flights in Qatar and across the Middle East were cancelled or delayed. Sri Lanka's Civil Aviation Authority reported that 5 Sri Lankan Airlines flights en route to Middle Eastern destinations were safely diverted to Muscat, Dubai and Riyadh airports. PIBA has arranged for the visa extensions of Sri Lankans who have been unable to return to Israel on their scheduled dates due to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran. According to Nimal Bandara, Sri Lanka's ambassador to Israel, affected Sri Lankans have been given an opportunity to extend their visas until the 31st of July. Ambassador Bandara also confirmed that with the resumption of flights, Sri Lankans will be able to travel to Israel without any further obstructions. Currently, 17 Sri Lankans have registered to travel from Amman Airport to New Delhi via an Indian airline and are scheduled to depart tomorrow. Additionally, over the next few days, around 20 more Sri Lankans are registered to travel to Egypt and Sri Lanka. So far, 5 Sri Lankans have safely returned to the country.
Now, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says that sufficient fuel for the coming 2 months is available in the country. According to the chairman of the corporation, Janaka Rajakaruna, since crude oil stocks required until the end of this year has been ordered, there is no room for a shortage. He also emphasized that there will be no increase in the prices of fuel in the near future. There was a fear of an increase in the price of crude oil in the world due to the Iran-Israel conflict, due to the Iranian parliament suggesting a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz hampering the supply of oil. With the declaration of the ceasefire, oil prices in the world market have decreased again. Both Brent and WTI oil price index remained at a low value. The price of a barrel of Brent crude oil has been $68.11, which is a decrease of 4.7%. At the same time, the price of barrel of WTI crude oil has become $65.23. With this has the recorded decrease by 4.7%. Chairman of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, Janaka Rajakaruna, said that tenders have been called for crude oil until the end of this year, and it has been confirmed that the stocks will arrive in the country. The government is having discussions with fuel companies such as Sinopec, IOC, RMPOG. They have also confirmed the government that they will receive the ordered stocks without any problem. With the commencement of the war, people panicked that the oil prices will be increased, but the crude oil prices are being reduced once again. The people expected a huge increase in fuel prices next month, and chances for such an increase is minimum. The reason being that the oil received during this month will be priced for the next month, and most probably there will not be any chance or change in the oil prices.
The Ministry of Agriculture says that although the price of fertilizers soaring up at the world market, prices in Sri Lanka will not be increased. That is because since adequate stocks of fertilizer have been imported to the country. Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne said that there are about 15,000 metric tons of urea in the island at present. Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne said that there are about 15,000 metric tons of urea in the country that exceeds the required amount for cultivations. The imported stocks have already been distributed among all districts. However, with the existing war situation, some traders tend to hide fertilizer stocks with the intention of selling them at higher prices in the future. People should inform the Agriculture Ministry regarding such incidents. In case of hiding fertilizer stocks, the relevant permits will definitely be cancelled. Further, a bag of fertilizer cannot be sold for more than 9,000 rupees.
A memorandum of understanding for a national trade single window project on international trade unifying 18 government institutions belonging to 9 ministries was signed today. The project, which commenced on the 1st of October last year, will be in operation for 3 years. The project has been implemented with the objective of attaining sustainability for international trade as a result of a request made by the local business community at the government to provide a single platform. The reason for this has been the increase in the cost for international trade and the hike in competition among private buses or businesses sector. Director General of the Trade and Investment Policy Department, M.K. Pradeep, said that if any item is important, that should be done through the Department of Customs, and in case it is decided by the SLS institution, they have to be directed to them separately. As such, through the National Single Window Project, the business community in this country will be able to connect with all other institutions by a single entry. The government institutions will have activities such as providing approval, exchange of information and processing. Through this process, the private sector will be able to connect with international trade by a single entry platform. In addition, as a competitive nation, the country can achieve a host of benefits while it is intended to create a system through this project. A software will be available for this purpose and an institution to implement it will also be in place.
A task force have been appointed in order to prevent ragging and all kinds of violence in the university system and other higher education institutions. This action has been taken by the Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Nalaka Kaluweva. The Secretary has appointed this task force on the 14th of last month in accordance with decisions taken during a meeting held at the Education Ministry premises, Isirupaya. It has been implemented under the instructions of the Minister of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education and Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. Getting rid of ragging, which is rampant in universities and other higher education institutions, has become a priority of the present government. The aim of the task force is to terminate violence on university lecturers and other non-academic employees from students, administration or other parties, not only the ragging committed by students. It has become an extremely necessary action to stop all kinds of violence and other high-handed behavior in order to maintain a conducive environment to education within universities and other higher education institutions. Accordingly, 16 persons, including a representative named by the Inspector General of Police, a representative named by the Attorney General, along with a group consisting intellectuals, professors and lecturers in the university sector, have been appointed as members of this task force.
United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk appreciated the continuous mediation by Sri Lanka to safeguard human rights. He made this observation during a meeting held with Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya at the Prime Minister's office. The Prime Minister elaborated the dedication of the government in cooperating with the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights faithfully. Prime Minister Harini Amarasuriya welcomed the High Commissioner and reaffirmed the government's commitment to working constructively with the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. She noted that the recent political transition marks a significant shift in Sri Lanka's political culture, rooted in the historic mandate received from all communities. The Prime Minister outlined the government's focus on three key pillars: alleviating rural poverty, advancing digitalization and pursuing legal and political reforms, alongside the necessary social transformation and institutional changes. She reiterated the government's commitment to protecting and promoting the full spectrum of human rights, including social, educational, health and economic rights, and emphasized that reconciliation remains a priority, supported by strengthening domestic mechanisms such as the Office for Missing Persons, the Office for Reparations and the Office for National Unity and Reconciliation. High Commissioner Volker Turk expressed appreciation for Sri Lanka's continued engagement and reaffirmed the importance of collaboration in advancing human rights, democratic governance and national reconciliation. The meeting was attended by United Nations Resident Coordinator in Sri Lanka, Marc-Andre Franche. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya departed for Canada to participate in the Commonwealth of Learning Board of Governors as a representative of the South Asian region. The Commonwealth of Learning Board of Governors will be held from today until the 26th in Vancouver, Canada. The summit will primarily focus on key sectors of education and training of children and women, higher education, teacher education, lifelong learning and integration of digital technology to enhance active learning.
The Colombo Magistrates Court today rejected the bail applications of the Dr. Maheshi Vijayaratna, a specialist neurosurgeon attached to the Sri Javadhanapura General Hospital, and other two suspects who were arrested by the Bribery Commission have been further remanded. The court ordered today to keep them in remand until the 8th of next month. The officer who appeared for the Bribery Commission informed the courts that the suspect doctor is the only specialist neurosurgeon at the Sri Javadhanapura General Hospital. She has made the patients to purchase the surgical item of EVD for higher prices with the help of second and third suspects. The officer further revealed that although the item is available at the hospital for a sum of 17,500 rupees, the suspects had sold the same item for a price of ranging 150,000 to 250,000 rupees through the private company owned by the suspect doctor. Appearing for the bribery commission, its assistant director Sulochana Hettiarachchi said that the suspect possessed an enormous political power and in case of granting bail she would influence the investigations. Considering all these facts, the magistrate ordered to keep them in remand until the 8th of next month, rejecting the bail application.
Establishing power in several more local government institutions commenced today. The National People's Power have appointed their own mayors and chairpersons for about 200 institutions at present. Dharmasri Pereira of NPP was elected as the chairman of the Panadura Pradeshya Sabha at a ballot held under a heated condition. It was with the participation of local government commissions of the Western Province, Sarangika Jayasundara. Nisanka Dias of NPP was unanimously elected to the deputy chairman post. KG Premadasa of NPP was elected as the mayor of the Balangoda Urban Council by a secret vote. Peshla Tushara of the same party was elected as the deputy mayor. The voting commenced before the local government commissioner of Sabaragamu Province, LMPW Bandara. Although selected of the chairman of the Bandaragama Pradeshya Sabha was scheduled under the secret voting, it was postponed indefinitely due to the strong protest of several councillors. It was scheduled to be held before the local government commissioner of the Western Province. Chandana Chandi Kumara of NPP was elected as the chairman of the Thanamalvila Pradeshya Sabha through a secret vote. W.K. Shanta of the Samag Janabala Vega became the vice chairman. The voting was held before the local government commissioner of Uva Province, Lalit Hemanta Disanaika. A heated condition occurred at the election of chairman for the Palmadula Pradeshya Sabha. Majority of councils agreed for a secret ballot. Then, local government commissioner of Sabaragamu Province postponed the voting for 45 minutes. Later, the voting was postponed for another day due to lack of quorum. Iruka Mihiran Veeraratna of the Samag Janabala Vege was elected as the mayor of the Gampula Urban Council. Shaminda Surya Kumara or Surya Kumura of the UNP became the deputy mayor.
Moving on to, well, rather amazing news. Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has been always hailed for its reliable media service with high-end responsibility and capability.
Due to this, the national television became the prestigious channel of the air during the last Ragam Award ceremony.
And the reliable media responsibility carried out by the Rupavahini Corporation being constantly hailed by millions of viewers in the future as well.
Yesterday has been a special day for the Rupavahini Corporation.
The reason being, the national channel awarded with 9 awards, including the Asia Miracle Award for Responsible Media Reporting.
The objective of the Asia Miracle Award ceremony is to appreciate selected persons who excelled in various fields. The award ceremony was held in Colombo last evening. Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation was given the Excellence Award and it was received by the Director General of the corporation, Manoja Nadishana Amarasinghe.
This is your chapter. National Television, Chatti Rupavahini. A very interesting program.
Deputy Director General of Programs Nila N. Qasim also received an Excellence Media Award.
Nila N. Qasim from Chatti Rupavahini. Programs that he presents many.
Netra TV channel of the Rupavahini Corporation also received the award for the most popular Tamil channel of the year. M. Jayman was adjudged the best Tamil presenter of the year. The program Nuga Sevana, produced by Dhammika David and telecast on Thursdays, has been awarded the best health program. Peum Neela Villa, produced by Chintaka Anuruddha Pereira, telecast on the national channel, has been adjudged the best musical program. The best agriculture program has been the Run Arunalla, telecast by the national television. Sankani Roshan received an award for this program.
also getting a voucher.
Tarindi Fernando, who played a major role in the teledrama Iragini Maddahana, was adjudged the Best Actress, while Akalanka Prabhaswara of Viyali teledrama received the award for the Best Actor for the year. A large number of veterans in the arts sector joined the Asia Miracle Awards ceremony night.
Teledrama. Congratulations, Akalanka Prabhaswara.
We take a look at more local stories on the other side of this break.
National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
In more local stories, Minister Samantha Vidyarathna says that the daily wage of estate workers will definitely be increased up to 1,700 rupees this year.
He said this while participating at a photographic exhibition held at the Lana Wendt Art Gallery in Colombo. This exhibition has been organized under the theme of 200 plus beyond the struggle. It was based on the daily life of Tamil community living in upcountry areas and contribute for the upliftment of the tea industry. This exhibition was included with photographs taken by young community in the Badul and Norelia districts for a period of 1 year. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa was also present. The exhibition was organized jointly by the Centre of Alternative Policies and several other organizations. Minister Samantha Vidyarathna said that some estate owners have agreed to a daily wage of 1,700 rupees for estate workers. He further noted that discussions on the matter are ongoing with the intention of moving the process forward through dialogue. However, if the consensus cannot be reached, the government is prepared to introduce necessary legal amendments to ensure the wage increase is implemented. The minister expressed confidence that such reforms could pave the way for estate workers to receive the 1,700 rupees daily wage.
The government has taken actions to repair the 42 super luxury SLTB buses that are out of use at present. A sum of 210 million rupees have been already allocated to repair 18 such buses. These buses have been parked for about 5 years in the yard of SLTB Super Luxury Service located at the Agulana junction without using for passenger transportation. Some parts of these buses have been removed as spare parts to be used when a running bus is subjected to a technical failure. Former government had not taken measures to provide required spare parts for the complete repair of these condemned buses. Chairman of the SLTB Jeevaka Prasanna Gurusingha inspected today the buses that are scheduled to be repaired.
Police emergency hotline 119 is by now familiar with everyone and a well-known number. According to the police, certain people are using this number for bogus complaints and to forward other information deviating from its original purpose. Due to such misuses, connecting police hotline center during an emergency has become problematic. Police Emergency Hotline 119 was first introduced in 2004. The motive was to engage police officers when their services are needed during an emergency disaster faced by the general public. During recent times, it has been noticed on many occasions that the concerned number is receiving non-relevant calls to this center. Most of these were complaints regarding consumer services, bribery, irregularities by state institutions, land disputes and monetary disputes where police assistance is not immediately required. All the necessary facilities have been reported or provided through other services to get these needs fulfilled. Certain groups are using 119 hotline according to police. Acting police media spokesman UF said that it has been observed that around 3,000 to 4,000 calls per day is being received. Certain persons are using this emergency number as in an extremely unjustifiable manner. Those who misuse this service have been identified by now, and steps have been taken to implement legal action as per the penal code. The 119 hotline numbers misusers will be temporarily blocked, and they will not be able to avail this service in the future.
The International Organization for Migration and the National Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force has initiated a nationwide media campaign to raise awareness on trafficking persons with the support of the government of Japan. This is being implemented as a part of the $2.6 million project for supporting migrant returnees and communities during vulnerable situations. This initiative highlights dangers of human trafficking and encourages reporting suspected cases of trafficking in persons. The campaign aims to enlighten communities on the different forms of trafficking, including trafficking for forced labor, sexual exploitation, child labor, and forced criminality in cyber scamming compounds. This also underscores the urgent need to combat trafficking and protecting persons being exploited. This multi-platform media campaign will air across prominent TV and radio channels, featuring stories inspired by real-life experiences of survivors of trafficking. It will also help in raising awareness on a variety of risks that migrant workers should be alert to, and will be further amplified via billboards in targeted districts for wider outreach. Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tuyakonta, along with other officials, attended this initiative.
This national effort is closely aligned with the broad vision of the government of Sri Lanka as laid out in the Posatrata Lassana Jeevitayak policy framework. The framework envisions a prosperous and safe nation where every citizen can enjoy a life of dignity, security, and opportunity. Combating human trafficking is a critical component of realizing this vision, as it directly impacts our ability to ensure social justice, protect human rights, and uphold the rule of law. The efforts of the National Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force directly contribute in achieving the goals set out in this policy, reinforcing our commitment to building a safer, more compassionate Sri Lanka for all of us.
Domestically, Japan has been taking robust measures to combat human trafficking through relevant legal framework and its effective implementation. We have established protection shelters for victims, provide them with access to medical and psychological support, and also ensure the availability of translation services to victims of other nationalities. As is so obvious, the issue also needs to be tackled by coordinated global responses, as it often constitutes a transnational organized crime. Japan has adopted the concept of human security as one of the major pillars of its diplomacy, and has been closely working with other countries on the issue of trafficking in persons.
This campaign is a bold and a timely initiative by the International Organization for Migration in collaboration with the National Anti-Trafficking Task Force led by the Ministry of Defense. The campaign is very generously supported by the government of Japan through the Uplift project. This initiative contributes to the national priorities, in particular the National Strategic Action Plan to monitor and combat human trafficking 2021 to 2025.
Human trafficking is not just a grave violation of human rights, but it is a form of modern-day slavery that continues to devastate lives across the globe. It is an industry that illegally profits from the exploitation of human beings, affecting millions of men, women, and children every year, whether through forced labor, sexual exploitation, forced criminality in cyber scamming compounds, or child labor. This crime has far-reaching consequences that tear apart communities and undermine the dignity of those involved.
The government has planned to modernize the Colombo Central bus stand within 1 year under the Clean Sri Lanka initiative. It is also scheduled to modernize 50 major bus stands throughout the island in line with this project.
A discussion in this connection was held yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat under the patronage of Minister Bimal Ratnayaka, President Secretary Dr. Nandika Sanath Kumar Nayaka and Defence Secretary Air Vice Marshal Sampath Thuyakonta. Under this modernization project, the canteen, restrooms, ticket counters, administrative unit, operational cabins and driver's dormitory will also be developed. The Air Force will extend its support for this program.
And it's great news coming our way on Sports News. Sri Lankan athletes were able to win 3 gold medals today at the Thailand Open Athletics Championship.
They won the 5,000 meters, men's 800 meter women's and men's running events. In the championship, Sri Lanka has won 6 golds, 4 silvers and a single bronze medal. Vignaraj Vakshana, presenting Sri Lanka in the 5,000 meter men's event, won the gold medal by clocking a time of 14 minutes 4.56 seconds. He was able to win a silver medal in the men's 1,500 meter event previously. Rusiru Chaturanga claimed the gold medal in 800 meters men's event. He finished the distance in 1 minute and 50.01 seconds and also won the gold medal in the 1,500 men's event. Also, in the women's 800 meter event, Nimali Lianarachi was able to win the gold medal with a timing of 2 minutes 10.46 seconds. Meanwhile, Ayoma Akalanka won the bronze medal in the men's 400 meter hurdles race with a timing of 50.75 seconds.
And that's all the news we have for you tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Dilanjali, together with Sunal, signing off. Good night.
Good night.